Say hello to the Lexus IS500 in a stunning shade of blue, naturally aspirated V8, and a luxury four-door sedan. That sounds like a pretty good combination this week. Just look at the paint. That is gorgeous in the sun, that metallic flake. The F-Sport. I gotta hop aside, get the office for a meeting, start her up. Relatively subdued so far. Ooh, startup sequence. IS500. Just finished up at work, about to head to dinner. Andrew's in the R8 back there, and I'm gonna take the Lexus IS500. We're gonna do a proper exterior walk around because I think this thing looks really good. Actually, we'll give you a quick little teaser around back. It's got these stacked quad exhaust tips, IS500, and then just look at this blue with the sun hitting it. It's gorgeous. Got a little spoiler back there. Again, this is an F-Sport model, so not the full F-Sport, the F-Sport. This does the same thing as the LC500 and the LFA, where you can move the entire tachometer surround for the screen. It's so cool. And then when I change drive modes, the tachometer changes. There's Sport and then Sport Plus. Obviously the red line is nowhere close to the red line of an LFA, but it's cool, those little inspirational touches. Quick tour of the interior. So in the middle we have the infotainment screen here, start stop buttons there, and then there's like these tiers. We have the air vents with the actual dash clock, which is always a nice luxury touch, and then a lot of buttons for climate control and these little sliding bars for changing your temperature. Visually, it does look a little more cluttered compared to some of the newer stuff that's very minimalistic, just all touch, but I like having physical buttons. And oh, the light is green. Let's see what this thing sounds like. Not bad. 5-liter V8, not crazy loud, not crazy loud. I think the LC500 was louder. Yep, as usual, we park way far away from everything. Lexus has overhead camera, the 360 view, backup cameras, convenient. Look at Andrew, he looks right at home in a V10. He needs one in his life. Finishing up the center console, we have a CD player. Oh, interesting. Mark Levinson sound system. We have heated, cooled seats, heated steering wheel. There's actually a lot to show here. I'm gonna pick this back up later. I am hungry. We're gonna go eat dinner. See you guys in a bit. We just finished a fantastic dinner. Andrew's off in the R8. I am back in the IS500. You gotta put it in drive, buddy. Come on. You know how to drive a car. Good job. And there goes the V10. That sounds good. All right, IS500. Let's do a quick exterior walk around. So it's got the black, matte black wheels. That's pretty cool. This generation of IS looks real nice and sharp. I love the angled stacked exhaust tips. You got quad exhaust tips, the blacked out lower, the light bar that goes across. You have a little subtle black lip there on the trunk. And then this blue, man, even at night, it really looks nice. We have the two-tone mirrors, black and the blue. We have the F-Sport badge here on the side, blacked out brake calipers. I think on like the first edition and launch edition of this car, you actually could get like BBS wheels. And then up front, blacked out grille, Lexus DRLs. It's a good looking sports sedan in this segment. And then let's hop inside. Relatively subdued startup sound actually. And that's why I put it into Sport Plus. Still sounds the same. So no crazy exhaust valves. LC500 sounded real good. It's a little quieter, I think. You can really see that white interior at night. Oh, and my gigantic shadow. This has the white seats with the black contrast. Looks really cool. Lit up to welcome me. Keyless entry. Convenient. Yeah, look at that. I don't know how hard that is to keep clean, but it looks really nice. Connecting to CarPlay. I think I had the wire in. Okay, there we go. Yes, CarPlay, thank you. Don't think this is wireless CarPlay, so I'm gonna have to plug my phone in. As you would expect from a naturally aspirated V8, not a ton of low end torque, but when you get into it, sounds pretty good. Whole tachometer like turned orange. That was awesome. So this is Sport Plus mode right now. Lower some turbo tracks. naturally aspirated V8, so not a ton of low-end torque like the forced induction smaller engines and some of the competitors, like a twin-turbo V6 or inline 6, but once you hit like 3,000 RPM, this thing sounds good and it gets up and goes. So when the light turns green, let's gun it. Sport Plus mode. Not bad. Whole tachometer like turns orange. Let's start the morning with an IS500 cold start. For a 5-liter V8, I would have thought this would have been way louder, but it's relatively subdued. I know it's in a luxury sedan, F-Sport versus full F model, but I think the LC500 was much louder. Different class of vehicle, but similar engine. I really love the way the LC500 sounded. This one, a bit more quiet, but it's got a nice rumble to it. And you can see, oh, redline's already increasing. It started very low, but redline gradually rises. I even threw it into Sport Plus to try to make the exhaust as loud as possible, but relatively quiet, which is fine. Not like a Audi S4 is a screaming monster either, and that's what this competes to. In my mind, Audi S4, BMW M340i, the mid-tier sports premium, not the all-out performance, not an RS model, not a BMW M model. This is in the middle. That's F-Sport. Look at Marcella staring at the sad rainy day. Disappointment. Yesterday the weather was gorgeous. Today is wet and rainy. We're gonna take the Lexus IS500 out, so I'll go get the car. Hello, GT350R. Into the Lexus. This blue looks good even when it's wet and gloomy out. But I am partial to a blue. Ready? It's a cold start. Fully cold start. Yeah, look how low redline is when the engine is completely cold. Quick grocery trip this morning. I get some supplies because we're making arepas. Little handle there, closing the trunk. And back in the Lexus. It's rainy today, but I think we'll take this out and do like a little mini review. I still really like that startup animation. And the face, just the DRLs with the IS500. And again, that tack, that's just definitely sporty. Look at that. Look what we just noticed. This has a built-in dash cam. It's got a power button, microphone, it's like Wi-Fi, you can pull the SD card, action. So it has a built-in dash cam, which is a really cool feature. I don't think many OEMs offer that from the factory in their cars to record whatever's going on. A little bit of a sunroof here. Not that, it's just rainy. It is wet today. Letting the car warm up. Quick interior tour. We've got the fixed paddle shifters here on a steering wheel. They're actually metal, I think. Pretty nice quality. A couple buttons. Pretty simple, straightforward. This one here will again move the entire tachometer center area, which is cool. Let's turn on heated seats. Marcella, you want your heated seat? There we go. And as you're welcome, as I've shown the climate little scrolly things, let's raise it because it is cold out today. Cold and rainy. It was so beautiful today. Now it's cold. I don't need AC. Warm it up. And yeah, the fact that this still has a CD player is amusing. Lexus, a lot of their cars actually, it shows the age of some of these platforms. The LC500 also had a CD player. I don't think I've held a CD in the last 5 years, but if you still would like to consume media in that format, you can do. Ooh, the seat's already warming up. You can do that. Oh, that's nice actually. We also have a heated steering wheel hiding back here. Press that. The transmission selector is kind of the typical Toyota version. Yes, I know, I am very close to a tree. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, there we go. Calm down. You go down for neutral, and then you keep moving for drive this way for manual. And then we have the Lexus touchpad, which I complained about it at length in the LC500. It is not my favorite way of interfacing with this screen here, but this looks like it is now a touchscreen, so that is nice. You have an additional way of input, and we have wired CarPlay. So in here, I can plug in my phone and have CarPlay. Just 2 USB ports. It does have a aux port too, even though most phones do not have that anymore. And then we have the two-tone black with the white. Oh, this is squishy. Center console surround area is squishy. The white here. Steering wheel says F-Sport Lexus badge. Voice assistant, so I can hold this.
Before you start, consider viewing the available video tutorials or voice training functionality.
It's gonna
Select the
voice
going
training.
to voice training mode.
Yes. Okay. Oh, interesting.
Please say the following. Redial the last number again.
Redial the last number again, mate.
Say,
No, we're not gonna do that. That's cool though. It just shows they want you to have this thing learn what you sound like. Gosh, that was terrible. We have auto wipers. I mean, everything else is pretty nice and standard. This brushed silver finish here. The white leather. Nice soft touch there. Not a bad interior. We'll check out the backseat space, but let's head off to the gym first. Let's give this thing a couple revs and hear what this V8 sounds like. All right, that is pretty good. You better bet a twin turbo V6 will not sound that good. I think that's absolutely one of the principal draws to this car is that naturally aspirated V8. When the entire segment has gone to some sort of forced induction, nothing really has the feel and sound of this. Again, to me, this competes against something like a BMW M340i or whatever they're calling their model in that lineup right now, Audi S4, maybe an S5 Sportback, something like that, right? Medium, sporty, not full out. And that reflects in the driving dynamics. It's not a full F model. Despite having a 5-liter V8, you'd be like, oh man, this is like a track-oriented little luxury sedan. Nah, it's kind of more daily driver luxury, small 4-door, but has some performance. It's pretty refined, but even in Sport Plus, the dynamics are going to be a little bit more muted. Not a fan of the transmission. This 8-speed, I think it's an Aizen, has a couple rough shifts at times, does not compare to the ZF 8-speed, no manual available in this, and this platform has a little bit of age to it. Been a while since I drove a ISF, I think, or I did drive an RCF, but you feel a little bit of that. Not a bad thing, right? It's still really, really nice. Rear-wheel drive platform is fun. It was raining today, so I did get the rear tires to spin a little bit, which is definitely fun. Didn't get a chance to track this or anything like that, but I still think this is better on the road, daily driving. Got a good soundtrack when you open it up. Comfortable, good amount of tech. This IS500 is nice, and also styling. I think this is a very, very good looking little car, especially in this blue. It looks quite nice. And with that, we just finished a workout. Quality Sunday, nice and relaxing. Weather is actually, no, just windy now. Gonna go grab some food, and we'll wrap up this week with the Lexus IS500 later tonight. This is also the most random thing. Before going to the gym, we were hungry, so we stopped and got a banana because healthy snack. But we grabbed 3, and there's 2 of us, and so there was just an extra banana sitting in the car. Coupled or test with a banana. There we go. Let's go. I almost forgot to show you guys this. This is the window sticker to this 2023 IS500 Premium. Grecian water, that really cool blue. 5-liter V8 with 472 horsepower. So I think that's the exact same power output as the LC500 we just spent a week with. I'm gonna close the window, jet going by overhead. 8-speed automatic. It is rear-wheel drive, adaptive variable suspension, so it's sporty, has different drive modes. We showed that. The exterior styling has the 19-inch matte black BBS forged wheels. So this one has the upgraded wheels. We've got a couple other little options. Base price $61,620. The wheels are the most expensive option at $24,550. So as option, this one is $65,960, just under 66 grand. That is a healthy amount of money, but I think that's in line with like something like the Audis or the BMWs. This being a Lexus, and this V8 probably will run for 250,000 miles without a problem. 17 MPG city, 25 highway, 20 combined. That's about what I'm getting, and that's decent. I think the forced induction ones might do a little bit better, but they don't sound like this. It's got plenty of tech, luxury features, and the heated cooled seats, satin chrome interior ornamentation, the F-Sport door scuff plates. Oh yeah, see right there it says F-Sport. Yes, shift to park before exiting vehicle. But there is a quick look at the window sticker to this one. So $66,000. I want to see how this thing launches off the line. Not bad. A little bit of traction at the beginning, but cold pavement. We're in Sport Plus mode. On the brakes are pretty good. Man, that sound is good. Running out to that red line, just over 7,000 RPM. Oh, focus. Just over 7,000 RPM red line. And I like the size of this a lot. The LC500, even though it's a two-door, felt a little bit bigger, and I keep bringing that up because that's the last Lexus 5-liter V8 I spent some time with. This feels a little smaller and more nimble, more sports sedan than luxury GT type of car. But the transmission, see, that was not that great of a shift. The transmission lets it down, and even those downshifts. I feel like the LC500 transmission was much quicker shifting. So let's see. Yeah, it's not my favorite. This would be great with a manual. Oh, that would be fantastic with a manual. I'm a little bit torn on my feelings with this vehicle because I know if they made a full-out F model, it would be great. I have enjoyed all the F models I've driven, from the RCF to the LFA, obviously. I wish there was a full-out ISF to go up against the German rivals with even this naturally aspirated V8 just turned up a bit sharper of handling, suspension, update that slightly. The fact that it's rear-wheel drive is already an advantage. Audi S4s typically will go towards understeer, right, with the Quattro all-wheel drive. That also being said, this being rear-wheel drive does have it a little bit at a disadvantage if you're living somewhere with inclement weather. You want winter tires regardless, right? So I've driven rear-wheel drive cars in the winter with snow tires on. They've been fine, but some people really put a lot of emphasis on having all-wheel drive, and that's where something like the BMW or the Audi may have an advantage. But that sonorous 5-liter V8, the looks, it's got a pretty nice interior, not as blingy modern screens and tech compared to some of the German rivals. A bit more traditional in many, many ways, which I like having physical buttons. I'm a bit amused by having a CD player. I still hate the finicky Lexus touchpad, but use voice commands, use the touchscreen, use CarPlay, you're fine. It's a really good combination. Just don't go into thinking this is an all-out performance track-oriented sports sedan. I would not cross-shop this against a BMW M3 or an Audi RS5 of that kind. What is wrong with people? Just driving home at night, speed limit, quietly, 40 miles an hour, all of a sudden I heard impact in the back corner of the car. Turns out somebody threw an egg at the car. Like, why would you do that? So, yeah, I'm happy it wasn't more serious damage, but it just splattered there, impact there. I'm gonna do my best to clean the car off right now. Just made it back, but just annoyed now. Like, why would you do something like that? Stupid. All right, let's wrap up my week living with the Lexus IS500 F-Sport. This is a really well-rounded luxury performance sports sedan. It's got that 5-liter V8. It sounds great. It's not too overly aggressive. It's not too comfortable. It really does check a lot of boxes. You guys know personally I have strayed towards the Audis, right? I had an Audi S4. I really love that platform, but this, the V8, I love the way it looks. It is fun to drive, rear-wheel drive platform. Does it have the latest cutting-edge technology? No, but it is still a very compelling option. Looks great, sounds great, drives very nicely. Now, the competition, the one big thing. So this one is optioned to $66,000, and for me, one of my favorite cars in this segment is the Cadillac CT4V Blackwing, which is just a couple $1,000s more, so about 10% more. I think you can get them for lower $70,000, $72,000, extra $6,000. You can have a manual CT4V Blackwing. There's similar power levels, horsepower levels, both like 472, 471 horsepower. More torque. It feels torqueier with the boosted V6 in the Cadillac. Doesn't sound as good. The Lexus definitely sounds better than the Cadillac, but the manual CT4V Blackwing is one of my favorite sports sedans, and that really makes it hard to pick this over that. That being said, this is a Lexus, very durable, things like that. That's all the considerations can be had, but I enjoyed the Lexus IS500. It's very nice. I love the shade of blue, love the styling, very comfortable, well-rounded, enjoyable car to spend a week with. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.